Hey guys, welcome back to another video. How you guys doing? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the books I read in May. Okay, I read quite a number of books. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie and say it was easy. It wasn't, because I was going through a lot in May. May was my father's burial, so yeah, I was very busy, but I still tried my best to read. I'm so freaking grateful for books, because having a world I could lost myself in or get lost in is honestly a privilege, and God should continue blessing writers for being able to captivate our minds and throw us away from this freaking reality that we are in into another world of our imagination. I really enjoyed reading, honestly. So yeah, how was your reading month? How many books did you read? Did you have a lot of 5 stars? Were you interested? Were you angry? Were you excited? I need to know, because I actually read based on emotions. I think my emotions play a very huge role in the books I read, because if a book makes me happy, there's a high probability I'll give it 5 stars. Or makes me just forget my life, there's a high probability I'll give it 5 stars. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. The first book I read was Immortality. Immortality by Dana Schwartz. This one here, it was really exciting. It's the book 2 in the after Anatomy. Yes, it just jumped in. It continued from where it stopped. I don't want to spoil it. So basically, we see Hazel in another light. Oh my God, there were some decisions that she had to make, like very hard and tough ones. But there were 2 things I didn't really like. The fact that there was no closure for one particular person that did something really annoying to Hazel. And the second thing is, the Jack I knew in book 1 was not a Jack. Well, yeah, of course it changed. It went through different things, but at the same time, I felt like he was so unsure of whether he wanted to stay with her or not. And that pissed me off a lot. But the end was really hilarious. The headless bodies. Okay, that was so good. I gave this 4.5 stars. I would have given it a 5, but I just was pissed off with how Jack was acting all irrational like that. The next book I read is The Gilded Ones. I also gave this one a 4.5 stars. This was actually beautiful. It's YA. It's about this particular town or world where if you bleed gold, you are considered a demon or a demon's incarnate or something like that, and they would either try to kill you or they'll send you to the capital. So they firstly tried to kill her and she did not die. Apparently there's something called a final death, but they could not find her own final death. So they finally sent her to the capital, and at the capital they use them as weapons to kill I don't know what that are called, wraiths or something, but yeah. But she is able to control this wraith, which is actually really super cool. Honestly, this was a very empowering read. I enjoyed it so much, but it was very predictable. Honestly, it was predictable. I actually tapped my copy, but I tapped it in a way that it will not affect my my sprayed edges, because of course, so you can see my tabbings, but I did them like seamlessly. Basically, I gave it a 4.5 stars. Seeing how powerful she was able to become, even in her circumstance, it was really nice. The next book I read was on my Kindle. That's The Edge of the In-Between. This was, I picked this up because I heard that it's about, if you lose someone, and I wanted something to just give me that hope. I was feeling depressed at this point, and I am a Christian, and I know that after death, there's still life, and there are some other things. The person doesn't just disappear. The person goes to heaven or hell and stuff like that. So I just needed something to give me one kind of assurance, and I picked up this one. And in this, I was able to actually feel hope. So this girl loses her parents on the same day, and in this world they have magic, and she can see the magic. So some people their lights have already extinguished. They are called the grey ones. And then the people that are still colorful, they still have hope and all that. So losing our parents on the same day makes our light die out. Now, if your light is dying out and you try to hold on to it without letting it die, like you don't want it to go, it would splinter, and splintered magic brings bad luck. According to the book, there were so many other quotes. So apparently she didn't even try to hold on to it because she didn't want that magic to splinter. So yeah, After her parents died, she decided to go into the in-between to look for her parents. And something just happened from there. And you see a lot of like different views on things, like how life is not really what it seems, and when you lose hope there's a way you can get it back and stuff. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 5 stars. It's like a kid's book, to be quite honest, but it did what it was supposed to do, so 5 stars. Then the next one I read is That's Not My Name. This is a thriller. So it's about this particular guy. His girlfriend gets missing and everybody's blaming him for it, and he's trying to explain to them that I'm not the one who, I didn't do anything to her, and I'm actually trying to look for her also and stuff like that. But nobody was listening to him, even the police, which that one was very annoying. Okay, that's why I gave it 4.5 stars, because the policeman acting like that was really ridiculous. So when you find out what really happened to the girl, you'll be mind blown, because I was mind blown. So I gave it 4.5 stars. The next one I read is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. So this particular guy loses his job, and his girlfriend advised him to take in a tenant because they're not able to pay for the rent anymore and stuff. So when this tenant comes in, so many things start happening to this guy, and it's crazy. But what annoyed me about this book is it was so freaking obvious. Like, the whole world could see what was happening. We all knew. But the guy was just so freaking blind to it, and it was annoying. And then he was acting all childish. She did this. I'm like, bruh, will you just calm down, use your 32 to think for a while, you know? So I gave it a 3.75. The ending was wow, okay? But most of the twists we already knew. But then there were some twists that were still like, or more. It's more than I thought. But then I just didn't like how overbearing the guy was. And he's a guy. The cool part was it was in a guy's POV. I gave it a 3.75. I think I said that already. The next book I read was this one, Maame by Jessica George. This will be one of my favorite books ever. Partially because it's actually what I was going through in May. You know, the burial thing. She loses her father and she has to step up as, you know, the responsible one, even though she's not supposed to be the one. And then, you know, how she's handling her grief and things like that. And also how she's trying to be, she's trying to live her own life because she's still young, you know, trying to pave her own way. And her mother keeps shouting upon her that when is she going to marry, she's getting old and stuff like that, and she has never even been in a relationship or a serious relationship to say, and she decides to move out of the house and so many things. So all the emotions she was feeling in this book, I was feeling them too. I was so freaking, you know, I felt like, am I bad for not crying sometimes, or for moving on? Am I a bad person? And, you know, the tribute, oh my god, when she was to write the tribute, because I remember when I was to write my father's tribute too, and stuffs, and all the responsibilities I have on my neck now. Guys, it was just so freaking good reading this book. I would always cherish it. Apart from that, right, our personality is actually hilarious. You know, this kind of person that goes online to search for every single small question, like how do I know if this guy likes me? And then we start seeing the search results, and we're reading it as if we're the ones searching for it. Guys, this was a very good read. 5 stars all the way. Our parents are Ghanaian, by the way. I am Nigerian. The next book I read is The Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I picked this book up with the intention of, you know, getting it off my TBR and unhauling it, because I felt like it was going to be one of those stupid books. I'm sorry. But it looks really light. Like, I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. I gave it 4 stars because of Miles' inner monologue, the guy. So this girl, she takes her junior brother, to go on a vacation to distress. Apparently he's going through something. So while on this vacation, they find a dead body in the Airbnb that they are staying in. And so she's like, what the fuck? And this guy was actually employed to solve the case, kind of vibe. So he's a bad boy, tattoos and all that, but she just feels this attachment towards him. It's love at first sight, basically. But yeah, and as I said, the book is a little bit crazy, stupid, cheesy, sweet, but at the same time it was really nice. She's always been playing it safe, but she wants to actually go rough. I mean rough, but orally, and because they did it in the church, for Christ's sake. After reading Priest by Sierra Simone, I don't think my life has ever remained the same again. Because why would I like that they did that? I gave it 4 stars, by the way. It was just hilarious. Oh, so I finally decided to DNF If Only I Had Told Her. Because every time I felt like picking it up, I just felt so... I want to read about teenagers whining. She doesn't love me. She loves me. She knows that I love her, but she's acting like I do. Oh, please. I was also tired of that, and I didn't want to pick it up again. So I decided to DNF, and I sold the books. I actually sold them. I'm so glad. Like, when you DNF a book and get rid of it, you just feel this heavy weight off your chest kind of vibe. That's how I felt. So buy and good riddance, because even the book 1, If Only I Had Told Her, If Only You Had Been With Me. Yeah, If Only You Had Been With Me. That one too, I struggled to read it. I was just so tired of the girl not, like, just tell you guys, tell him how you feel. Which one is, he doesn't love me. Oh, yes, he loves me. Oh, please. And they were teenagers, but then, please, I beg, I'm just so happy that I'm done with that book. The next books I read, Phantasma and Enchantra. I'm going to talk about the both of them together. So, in Phantasma, we have, what's her name? Ophelia. She's a necromancer. She's the one that actually inherits her mother's powers, because her mother just dropped dead one day like that. You still see why the mother dropped dead, because it was actually revealed in the book. And that's why I said, no, this book was so good. It was well done. So she has a fight with her sister because she felt like all these responsibilities on her head and all that. And she lashed out, and her sister was like, oh my God, I'm going to fix it. And then the sister just vamoose. So she decides to enter this tournament thing called Phantasma, where you win a prize at the end because they need to but she didn't enter because she wants to get the money. She entered because she wants to meet her sister and tell her sister to quit. But her sister entered to get the money. So in this tournament, she meets I don't know whether I'll call him a devil ghost, and they have connection, and it was so sweet and crazy and stupid, but I loved it. And it was so nice. And here, Genevieve, the sister, enters into a house because she's so freaking stubborn. And that's why she binded herself to the house and to the rules of the house. And she's immortal, of course. And every other person in that house are immortals. And they always have this game. So she had to play the game. So they had to, like, fake marriage. And it was so freaking good. I was just laughing a lot because the family dynamics in that family, it was really wonderful. I was just laughing. But then Genevieve was annoying. She was overbearing sometimes, but I still enjoyed myself. The last book I read was Reckless by Elsa Silva. This was ridiculous. I did not like this book. I gave it a 2 stars. Why did I even give it a 2 stars? I think I should have given it a 1.5 or 1. Something like that. I said so because I didn't like the female character. She was just so, this kind of people that keeps degrading themselves. I don't deserve his love. It's a lie. He cannot really love me. He must be lying. He must have someone else that is better than me and stuff like that. I hate it. I don't like it at all. So she decides she wants to actually mend her relationship with her sister. So she goes to and she's a doctor, and she meets this hot guy, and they had a one-night stand. This guy is like a step cousin, a step brother or something to the family that her sister married into. And there was also a backstory. If you started the story from the beginning, very flawless. So they had a one-night stand, and she became pregnant, and yeah. So that's the story. But I just didn't like how. I didn't like how the pregnancy trope was done, because, please, it was so obvious. That message she sent and the response she got, it was so obvious that was not the case, but she read it as that case, and I really was pissed off. Second of all, you already know this guy, even though every other person was actually talking about him like a playboy and all. You've talked to him, you guys connected, and you still had the audacity to be thinking that he would do that to you. And then apart from that, honestly, I was just so annoyed. He tells her so many times, I love you so much, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. What we want to hear, but she keeps on still saying he doesn't love me. Maybe I'm hard to love. I didn't like it. I felt like she should have solved her daddy issues before coming into this place at all. Anyway, 2 stars. I hated it. I'm going to sell this book off. That's all, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Please tell me the ones that you loved. Maybe tell me how many books you read and everything. I can't wait to actually read your comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.